Yo guys and gals, this is Chris Blair. I'm coming to you morning time here in Japan. And in this video I'm going to talk about ad optimization, which is a very popular topic. So I'm going to talk about this here this morning. The main topic is it better to optimize by ATC? Is it better to optimize by purchase? Or is there not such a simple answer, and is there a mixture, right? And I'm going to talk about in great detail about this because, to be honest with you, the reason why is because people want to talk about this. It's amazing to me that people take so much time and care and are so focused on their ads that this type of topic is such a big deal, but it is. The reality is if you don't have a good product, your ad optimization is completely meaningless. So we should be talking more about products, but every time I talk about products, people don't pay much attention. When I talk about Facebook ads, everyone in the world wants to know. It's really amazing. So I just want to make that point before I go into this topic, which I'm going to because I want to give you what you want. I want to make the point, look, you need good products, okay? You need an awesome product, or else what we're about to say in this video is completely meaningless, okay? All right, that's it. Let's jump into the topic here. So Muhammad says, Mohammedi says, thank you for your last video about the formula. If you don't know what that formula is, I was talking about some of the successful students, like for example, one student who in the first 3 days of this week did $60,000 in sales from Ecommerce Group, and I outlined that formula in a previous video. And I just want to say, look, Mohammed, that's the tip of the iceberg. If you want all the meat, you get, and you want my ongoing support, join Ecomvantage. You know, ecomvantage.com/VIP. That link, go there and you can join, and you'll be blown away. You will absolutely be blown away. Everyone who gets in is blown away. We've had only out of hundreds of people have joined, we've only had one refund request. That's it, one. He had his own personal reasons. He literally signed up, and 2 days later was admitted to the hospital, and then he had his reasons for refunding. No one else is refunded, and the reason why is because they're blown away when they get in there. They're like, holy shit! I didn't even know there was a mastermind course group like this that existed. Well, it does. Okay, so let's talk about this. Here we go. We'll jump in. Oh, hello, Philip. How you doing? Lydia, good to see you. Frank, good to see you, buddy. Okay, so, all right. Which is better, purchase or add to cart optimization? And the answer is both is good. Okay. Now it depends on how and when you're using them. Okay, so. Purchase optimization I only use when I run high budget ads, big budget ads, okay? Especially manual bid ads. The reason being is purchases, right? This is not enough. There's not a lot of data there, right? So, I mean, yes, you're getting sales, but let's just face reality. There's 3 or 4 add to carts for every purchase. So just by Facebook's own system with the active learning, right? They see that it says active learning, right? To get purchase to optimize well, you need to have big budgets. Okay, that's the way it's designed, right? What the thing about big budgets is to get big. If you just go with auto bidding with big budgets, Facebook tends to raise the ad cost, your cost per acquisition. Is really weird. It shouldn't be that way, but it is. So the only way to control that is with manual bidding, which is a very difficult game. It can work, and I've had a lot of success with manual bidding, and I know people who've had to crush with manual bidding, even my students. But I'm saying manual bidding is a difficult game because you have to be in there managing it, right? Or you just have to have some good rules set up in apps like Trust Ads and things like that. Okay, so that leads us to what I really recommend, and what I do most of the time is small budget ads. Okay, so small budget ads, right? Say you're doing $5 or $10 or $15 ads, or even $20 ads, right? Let's just say you're doing $20 ads, which is actually higher than I would normally do, but let's just give that example, right? That's 100 So $20 times 7 would be $140 in ad spend in a given week. Okay, assuming you're doing a $20 budget, right? Which is not what I recommend, by the way. I recommend lower than that. But I want to use that because I know a lot of people are running $20 ad budget ads, and I wanted to give this example. Okay, so let's just say you're doing that. You're spending $140. Okay, we got $140 in ad spend in a week on a given ad set. Okay, and let's say you're doing really well. I mean, this ad set's fucking crushing. Okay, you're doing $5 conversions. Okay, divided by 5. That's 28 pixel fires that Facebook can optimize on. 28 in a given week. That's actually not bad. That's not great, but it's not bad. But that is in a situation where an ad set is crushing it. $5 conversions. Now, let's face reality. I mean, that doesn't happen for most ad sets, right? If you're doing $10 or less per conversion, you're doing really well, right? Okay, so even in the best case scenario, when you're doing a low budget ad, right? You're only giving Facebook so many fires a week, which is 28, which is decent, right? It's not bad, but it's still, that's the best case scenario, okay? Unless you get $300 conversion, right? Which can happen as well. I've had assets perform that well. So, just from that number alone, we could argue, well, purchase is not good on low budget ad sets. And here's the thing is, the way Facebook works, and I see this all the time. I posted the other day in a couple groups about optimized for ATC, and people say, well, I do, my purchase ads are doing better, and they may be doing better out of the gate, okay? And that can happen, right? First day or 2, 3, even 4, the purchase ad may outperform the add to cart ad. But what's happening is, as the data builds up, right, as you're getting all those add to carts, because there's 3 to 4 add to carts. So let's just take that same scenario, 28, and we'll go ahead and say 3. Your drop-off rate is quite low. I mean, compared to most sites, the average is around 60. Cart drop is around 70% normal. But let's say you're at that ratio. So you get 1 purchase for every 3 add to cart. So let's say 28 times 3. So it's 84 add to cart fires. So what's happening here, as the data builds up, Facebook is able to now go in there and really, really start to optimize it. So what should happen, the way it should design if it's working, is the add to cart should optimize more and more and more and more. And as a week goes by and you get second week, third week, you will usually, and from my own testing, I've done testing on this and I've had other people test it, it'll usually outperform purchase on small budget ads. It's because the data build up. It may not do so out of the gate, okay? And that's what I mean. I say these people running these tests, say, well, I ran this test and I ran 1 day a day and my purchases outperform my add to cart. Well, that's not surprising at all. That's just not, and by the way, it's not statistically sound split test either. There's not a mathematician out there that would say that's a sound split test. You need to split test a large number of ad sets, like at least 100 of each target, right? So 100 purchase ones, 100 ATCs, and you would want to kill the ones that aren't working quickly, and then let them run for a week or 2. Then you will truly get a split test, because then you get enough data. That's mathematically significant, okay? But I will just tell you, from my results, over time, usually the ATC will outperform the purchase on small budget ads, and the reason is quite logical. Facebook's learning from all those fires. Now, with ATC, people purchase, right? Plus, you can follow up with the DPA ads. And a lot of those people who add to cart, right? They'll get to the initiate checkout part. They'll put in their information, and they'll drop off. Then you can your what do you call it? Your autoresponder. God, I'm having a brain fart here. Your cart abandonment emails. Wow, I just totally could not come up with the word off the top of my head. Will kick in as well. So you're getting all those leads, right? So that's specifically why. So what do I do? What's my system? When I do a low budget ad, I go with add to cart. When I do a big budget ad using manual bidding, I go for purchase. Okay? And another thing that I do here, another time that I go ahead and test out purchase, if I got an ad set that's performing really well at add to cart, I will duplicate it and try it out purchase. Usually it doesn't outperform the add to cart, but hey, it's another way to scale out that same audience, right? Exact same ad set, just duplicate it and go to purchase. In fact, I duplicate it and try it for everything. If I got an ad that's working on add to cart, I'll duplicate it on purchase, I'll duplicate it on view content, I'll duplicate it on initiate checkout. I'll literally set up 3 different, and the only reason I'm doing that is I know this audience is converting. I want to scale out on that. I want to scale that audience, right? And the performance of those other ones are just so-so, right? I mean, almost always they never outperform add to cart. Now, you might want to make the argument, well, what about the view content one? The view content surely gets more data for Facebook to read into than add to cart, and it does, absolutely. I mean, you get tons of view contents, right? That means they click the page and went over there. But the thing is, that's a weak intent of a person, right? A person who goes and views your site is a weak intent. They're not active buyers, and so Facebook has a hard time optimizing well on those people, right? They have a great time optimizing on people who show stronger intent. People who add to cart show stronger intent. And initiate checkout, even though I keep trying it over and over and over again, I am still, as a first step, maybe maybe a handful of ad sets. I've never had initiate checkout work well for me. In fact, maybe I should stop even testing it, but it's just so tempting when I get a winning ad set to go ahead and just try it, so I do. I kill it quickly if it's not working. All right. If you're interested in my Ecom Vantage Mastermind and course group, go to ecomvantage.com/VIP. You will be blown away. I can say that for a fact. The Mastermind group, the course content, it's amazing. Okay, I can say that because I worked a year on it, and not only that, I brought in 7 other experts to help me. Let me give you one example of one expert I brought in. A guy named Tony, who had a website. Well, he sold it recently, but just this last week. But he had a website that was bringing 25,000 visitors a month organically from SEO, and he came in and taught his SEO techniques. Amazing stuff. Completely changed the way we're doing SEO. Not just myself, but for people in my group as well. That's just one example. Right? Plus the Mastermind group. If you're interested in my private coaching, you can message me. It'd be great if you share this video. Giving away tons of content for free. You can show me some love by sharing the video. That'd be awesome. And we'll answer any other questions you have. Hey Josh, hey Martin. Okay. What do we got here? No to Chris. Haha, I don't get it. How many ad sets should we create for $5 for a product, and what should we what's the audience size is? It depends on what stage you're in. If you're testing, initial testing, I don't even recommend website conversion ads. I recommend PPE. Okay, so let's go here. Going through the question. Hey, hello, Chris. Here we go. Hi, Chris. In theory, there should be an optimization, but I've never seen it results from my scaling. I have. I mean, and so do my students. I mean, I posted a student the other day who this week, well, actually, the first few days of the week, he did $60,000 in sales. So, I mean, it's working. It does optimize. One thing I will point out is this. Okay, so there's the initial launch of an ad set. Okay, so after $2 or $3, I go in and analyze that, and I make a decision whether I want to keep it or not. In fact, I have Matrix set up on. I use Trust Ads as my tool. Okay, and I know my numbers, and there's 3 matrix points that I teach in my course. There's a 22-minute video on this, so no, I'm sorry, I cannot teach you a 22-minute video in a 1-minute little spiel on the live stream. But there's some matrix points. You can make a judgment on an ad set within $2 to $3. Okay, it's really amazing the system that I've come up with. I've been in this game since 2012, and I came up with a system to cut the fat quick, and it saved my students and myself thousands of dollars. Okay, so that's the first step, right? The first initial decision whether to keep an ad set going or not. That's step one. Step two is the $15 point. At $15, if it hasn't made a sale, I'm out on it. Okay, so that's the second point, right? That one's easy to explain because that's one matrix. $15, I have my trust ad set. If an ad set has spent $15 and has not made a purchase, kill it. Okay, so there's a complicated formula to explain, but once you understand it, it's really easy to implement. That I use cut an ad quickly after $2 spent. Saves us thousands of dollars, just right there. Second stage is $15 spent, no sale, gone. We're out on it. So then the only ads that are remaining are ones that have made sales, right? And usually I mark my stuff up at least $15, if not $20, $30 profit, right? I have products that I've sold as much as $30 profit, right? I mean, I sell stuff that's like less than $50 or most $70 on my site. I'm not into these high ticket items because my beer niche is for more of a lower end market buyers. But anyway, so I know that at $15 I've made a profit. Right? I'm talking, when I say profit, I mean we're talking about shipping, Shopify fees, transaction fees, whether you're using Stripe or Shopify checkouts or PayPal, whatever that is, right? Fulfillment costs, I know at least $15 is my profit, at least. That's the low end. I mean, I usually go for around 20 or more. Okay, so $15, right? So if that's profitable, so that's running now. Okay, so it's running profitable. At that point, here's the thing that people do wrong, and this is a huge mistake. That ad set has made a sale. Usually don't make a second sale soon. Okay, now it's made 2 sales. It's profitable, or it's breaking even or profitable, right? It has one bad day. Oh shit! Oh, it didn't say make a sale. Like pause. No. Big mistake. Huge mistake. Because the thing is it's starting to make sales, and it usually has good link clicks and all those other things. Let it run. Let it run for a good 4 or 5 days. Okay. Then go back and look at the last 3 or 4 days of data and ask yourself, what has this ad set done for me lately? Okay, and then if it's profitable, let it run. I have ad sets that I've ran as much as 2 or 3 months, but I always look at the last 3 or 4 days and ask myself what's done for me lately. If it has a bad day, it has a bad day. What you want to look at is the trend, because there's a natural flow of ad sets and ads, right? And it can be a bad day. For example, on my store, in my niche, Monday's a bad day, and I can set my clock by it. I never scale before Monday because I know for a fact that Monday's gonna be a bad day. So if I were to flip out on Monday, for example, and start pausing on my ads and make a sale that day, I would be turning off profitable ads over time. So if it's making sales, let it run. Don't get emotional about short-term swings. That's going to happen for sure. Look at the trend, 4-day trend, 3 to 4 day trend. That's the key. That's where you want to look at your ads. Not get emotional about it one bad day. Philip, I'd suggest you hop in Ecom Vantage and check out our system. It's working. Plus, you get my ongoing support. For high price products, we use the same system. So he's asking, what do you recommend for high price products? No difference. I have students selling high price stuff, $100, $200, $300 stuff, and it's working. For testing, yeah, 1 or 2 PP ads for testing. $5 each. After about $6 in ad spend total, right, between over the 2 of them, so $3 and $3, right? Go and look at your data. You were looking for a low cost. This I can explain easily. This is a 5-minute video in my course. You're looking for a low cost per engagement for your niche, right? And there's some variance in niches, right? But you're looking for a low PP for your niche and looking for comments and shares, okay? And literally, you can set up 2 PP ads, $5 each. After $3 spent on each, so $6 total, you're looking for low PPE, good engagement on the post. And by the way, when I say good engagement, it's not likes. Likes are completely meaningless, okay? People like anything all day long. What you're looking for is comments and shares, okay? That's real. If someone takes the time to comment or share, they really like it, okay? So if you got a combination, and you need all 3. In fact, I tell people, if you don't get all 3, probably is not going to be a chance to be a winner. This is the cheap scale. This is a very cheap test of it. You want low PP, comments, and shares. If you're getting those things, good. By the way, I'm not saying 1 share, 2 share. I'm not going to $6 spent. You probably, and again, from variance in niche. This is why another reason why you need to know your niche is why this is why general store players are putting themselves at such a massive disadvantage because they don't know the data. So the data can be drastically different. Let me give you an example. Again, I used to sell in the cop niche back when I was in T-Spring. Police officers and police-related family members don't really comment much and don't share a lot. I think it's because they don't want all the some negativity about being a cop, but they still want to wear it for some reason. It's weird. But on social media, they don't share a lot. So I've had several products that would sell 50 shirts, and I look at the post, and we've got like 300 shares. It's bizarre. Whereas in my niche, the beer niche, 50 sold. I've got almost maybe 1,000 or 1,000 plus shares, or even more maybe. It depends on each product, but they don't share a lot. So you need to know that your niche. You need to know whether you spend $1 and you get 1 share, then it's good, or $1 1 share is horrible. And in some niches that'll be good, and some niches that'll be great. Sorry, bad, really bad. Sorry. Some niches that'll be good, some niches that'll be bad. So you need to know your data. And if you're running a general store, then you're basically throwing. I call it a general store. I call it blindfolded darts. That's exactly what you're playing. You don't even know your niche well. You're using some spy software just to randomly grab products, right? That you think are bestsellers. You don't even know how to read the data properly. I mean, how can you know your good cost per link click or good shares when you're just throwing stuff in niches you don't even know? In fact, I teach in my course, you got to learn your niche. So one of the first things I teach is, look, you're in an unfortunate, in the beginning, the first week or 2, you're in an unfortunate game. You're buying data. You got to learn some stuff about your niche. You need to learn what the good cost per link click is in your niche, what good engagement on a post would be in your niche on a certain ad spend. That, and unfortunately, is something that needs to be learned to become a market master, right? If not, you're playing blindfolded darts. All right, so back to that point. So for testing, you're looking for a low PPE, good engagement based on comments and shares in your niche. And I can't give you a number because every niche is different, as I just explained. Ugh. It's got a funny message. All right. Any other questions? Again, we went back to the concept of knowing your niche. Awesome, guys. Cool. Ryan, you said I was talking about cold traffic. I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to there. Okay. All right. So if you're interested in EcomVantage, I'll put the link there, ecomvantage.com/VIP. Private mention if you're interested in coaching, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.
Thanks for watching the video. To watch the next one, click right here. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button right here.